Eventually to Gian Syracuse, rolls it inside 50. Ackermanis, Johnson, they tie up again. Maxwell, Shaw, Gian Syracuse, back again. Griffin, a wobbler to full forward, clean ball. Harry O'Brien, Murphy makes him pay full price.
Acker, magnificent play. They just keep the ball alive, the Bulldogs. That's the beauty of their forward line. They're mobile, they're terrific overhead, but more importantly, they're great at ground level. They keep the back line guessing. We just see this loose ball. It was always going to suit the Bulldogs there. We see Brown do a good job on Welsh, but a fumble there from Reece Shaw. That was the key. Just a couple of fumbles, but the clean handballing there. Back to Welsh. Griffin just gets the ball forward.
Look for the shepherd here.
And very good play here. Great shepherd, Ackermanis for Robert Murphy. The mobile forward.
Cooney, Griffin. And he bounces away. And gets away from Medhurst. Pressure on the kick though. Johnson.
Yeah, that's magnificent work from Paul Medhurst, who's come from the deep forward pocket spot to continue to be involved. This is a good passage of play by the Pies.
If Burns can hold this up and goal, they'll hit the lead. This year, Scott Burns is a big moment player. That's why they've given him the captaincy. It's drifting a little, and it's there. Wasn't touched on the line. He rose to the moment. Collingwood in front.
Footy and a shot at the goal because Ward's pressure was enormous, and that's exactly what the coach of the Bulldogs will be looking for.
Minson thumps it down. Griffin. Spectacular. Dogs back in front.
He's a star. Already at the 8 disposals. You just think where the Bulldogs' goal's going to come from. They haven't come the conventional way. We just see the stoppage. We see Marty Clark just spectate the ball at the wrong time there. Just allowed Griffin to get goal side outside the pack. We just see here, Marty Clark spectate the ball. Just had to be defensive side of Ryan Griffin, but you've still got to have the skill to be able to deliver the goal there. We just see tumble it end over end. That is a magnificent goal.
Good movement. It's all about this kick now. Fist from Gilby.
Missed it.
Willingham dived in, got a little palm on it. Clark also there. Willingham stole it back. Caught high.
There was a big blue there from Lindsay Gilby. That fish should have gone 30 metres the way of the Bulldogs.
Wood. Marks 30 metres out.
The magical fluid.
Cameron Wood started on the bench. Played 9 of the possible 13 games since crossing from Brisbane in that three-way swap. Travis Johnson and Collingwood's pick 14, and he swings that back. It was as if he meant it. Collingwood get the opener.
Great start.
Rocker and Burns currently on the bench. 2 of the 4. Hand down, Swan, goal!
Too easy.
Straight out of the copybook. Ruckman to Rover.
Well, that is far too easy. Great play from Collingwood, but you don't leave the gate open directly in front of goal. We just see the stoppage, and we just see the sweeper there. Brian Harris had to get in line with the goals. You just see Swan run into an open goal there. The sweeper, Cameron Wood, is Brian Harris's direct, the cleanest passage of play we've seen from the Bulldogs so far.
Murphy sends it to full forward. Minson from 4 deep. Hans front spot. Minson the handball out. Eagleton with the snap from 45. Collingwood get 4 opportunities, don't nail it. Eagleton does on the rebound.
I just watched him. He's made more errors, I reckon, today than I've seen him for the whole season. He's just not coping with that matchup too well.
Bryant, spectacular. Burns toward goal. Finally, they nail one from an awesome piece of play.
The 2 goals this quarter are both from stoppages.
And good ruck work.
Great ruck work. You see that, hit the ball to space. Scotty Burns in the right place at the right time. What he did there, Scotty Burns, he didn't panic. He had a look. The degree of difficulty was there, but he just put the ball across his right leg. That's a terrific captain's goal.
Competition this season. The Bulldogs were 16 minutes in, second term. They've been held to 3 goals. Maxwell, wide, he's sure. Griffin missed him, overcommitted. O'Brien. Shaw might get another shot.
He's on the 45. Desperately needs to kick this goal for his own confidence and the team's confidence.
Sweating profusely. He's worked hard. Gets his reward. Collingwood by 16. Biggest lead of the game. Right.
And this is where they've been so good, Collingwood, working hard back to block up that possession through the middle of the ground.
Eagleton wants to play on. Hits the square. Hahn flies.
It's a great kick from Eagleton. We saw him.
He's worked hard. Nathan Eagleton. Mitch Hahn. Goal number 15 for the season. They needed that.
They definitely needed that for their confidence. It's the first time the Bulldogs...
And now Murphy.
This is the bloke they need to lift. He can split them apart in the space of 5 minutes.
Little bump from O'Brien, who's not on the field. Kicks it into Addison. He goes to Ackermanis, gets away from Maxwell, and marks on 50. Ackermanis can smell it. Sends it long, goal square. Hard a Shepherd, or a mark, or a goal. Do the lot.
On cue, Robert Murphy, Jared.
Says I'm going long. Sticks to his word. Minson. Hands on it but can't mark. The turnover. Lockyer, there a chance here, Collingwood. O'Brien to the open side. Open forward line. Pops it up. Brian!
Been effective, Brian.
He's been very good, but you have to ask the question of Brian Lake, where were you with that high ball? He's your direct opponent, and he's basically 20 metres off him.
And they get a chance because of the big punch from Nathan Brown at the other end of the ground. Set this up. Smart kick from O'Brien. There he was, nowhere near to be seen.
Push the margin back out to 10 points. Collingwood heritage, Chris Bryan. We know he played at Carlton, but graded to the great Dick Lee, who kicked 707 goals in his 230 games for Collingwood. And it's in his blood. He knows where the big sticks are. Kicks the goal on cue to extend the margin to 10 points at half-time. We'll see these two teams meet this season, unless, of course, they meet in the AFL finals this year, which is a distinct possibility. Boyd hands it up to Kearney.
Freakish.
With one hand to Griffin, to Ray.
How to get out of there?
That's why he's one of the favourites for the Brownlow. Farron Ray bounces all the way to 60. Drop punt, full forward. Johnson! Plucked it.
Magnificent nudge, Danny. I'm not sure whether the replay's going to support me, but
I think it will, Jared.
He's been a superstar. He'll pass E.J. Whitten on the games played list of the Bulldogs in the finals this year. And you'd think the Dogs are going to get there. They edge closer. From half-back, chips toward another one. Murphy Dykes can't mark. Harry O'Brien gets through traffic. Burns, Pendlebury, Bryan. And a couple of players in the pocket. Medhurst, Thomas was there. Medhurst runs in and nails it. Collingwood back out by 11.
Terrific play from Harry O'Brien.
And then get on the end of a handball about 35 metres ahead of the bounce.
Hudson and Wood tie up. Rocker, sharking, kicks around the body. It's very high. It's over the post. He says it's there. So does that man. Collingwood on fire.
The stoppages. They are smashing the Bulldogs in this area of the ground. The forward stoppages for Collingwood. Again, we've seen another stoppage, but you wouldn't expect Anthony Rocker to kick the snap goal. And you just see Rodney Eade rubbing his head there thinking, well, there's another goal we shouldn't have had.
We saw Brian Lake go up as the third man up, but he tapped it to his own man in Anthony Rocker.
I think it's been very good coaching for Mick Malthouse. He's played the two ruckmen on the ground. He's had Bryan or Wood in the ruck and the other ruckman forward, which means that Lake has to be accountable for Rocker, and it means that young Tommy Williams has to go.
And Went. Wellingham.
He's impressive, this kid.
Lockyer, one-on-one. Hands have been good tonight. Slips it to Medhurst. Collingwood inspired, and 50. Medhurst will kick it from the goal line.
It was a little bit silly from Hargraves.
It was a mistake he's made all night.
Yeah, you're right. It was a good mark from Medhurst, but he just kept running. And once you manhandle the player after he's marked the ball, if it isn't in the same instance as marking it, you're always going to get 50 against you.
This margin stretching to breaking point now. Medhurst has a couple.
Cameron Wood going to full forward as well. And Big Rocker off the ground.
Minson and Bryant went at each other, missed the ball. Siracusa, Boyd, cross. Minson slipped out the side. He could go the journey here from 50. That's a wobbler. Hung! Front spot plays on goals. Top draw game this. Eagleton long. Johnson peels back. Shaw had it, lost it. Johnson of the Collingwood variety sends it towards Rocker. It bounces in his favour. He's away. He can launch this. Top of the square. Wall!
There it is.
Good coaching. Spot on, Spud.
That's what we've been looking for. I tell you what, Anthony Rocker's limping off the ground too. It doesn't look too good, but that is absolutely sensational there. There's the Jono. Oh, no, good use of the forearm there. If it had been hands, it would have been a free kick. But here's great identification from Mick Malthouse. You've just got young Everett there at fullback on Cameron Wood. He wouldn't have played too many games at fullback, I wouldn't have thought, Jared.
No, he hasn't. I guess Cameron Wood hasn't played too many at full forward either, but he does show a lot of potential and generally a very good kick just to put an extra bit of pressure on him.
For his second.
Straight.
And he's paying his way now.
And Anthony Rocker
sizes them up. Medhurst has to turn around, and he realised what was going on. Hargrave quickly towards Lake.
Gilby's on if he can get this ball through.
Sees him, and Ray has Gilby ahead, as you said, Spud. Ray hits Gilby. Ackermanis peels off. He's alive on 50. Got it. Plays on. Tough kick. Acker's the equal of everything. There's nothing the man can't do.
Well, he needed that one. He hasn't had a great match. In fact, he's had a very poor quarter. He's missed a couple of tackles. But I think he actually understood that, Dwayne, and Spud, he worked as hard there running forward to get onto this one and took the responsibility on himself and delivered what he needed to deliver.
Well, it's great ball use. That's what we've come to see from the Western Bulldogs, that terrific ball use, counter-attack from the
knocking it down towards his own player rather than out of bounds.
Hudson and Wood tie up. Hudson down, Boyd caught. There's that wing tackle. Got it away. Eagleton, Siracusa, Welsh in the pocket. Can't get there to mark. Cuts it off. Back into the field of play. Has kicked a miracle goal again.
Brilliant.
The Dogs are back through two pieces of sheer brilliance.
That was superb. That was absolutely superb. How he kept his footing alone was extraordinary. Here's the wing tackle. Held it pretty well, but just got it away. Brad Boyd has had a much better second and third quarters than his opening. Nathan Brown just let him get around him, and then he was good enough to finish. What a goal.
You would love to have this piece of play again, Nathan Brown. Watch him have a look at the ball. Just had to look, hone in on the hips and rush Welsh over the boundary line. But
58 premiership team is here today, Collingwood. The old fellas were out on the ground earlier, and they might inspire them. Gilby, he sends it long from 50. You're going to admire these Dogs.
Terrific goal. The Collingwood half-backs and midfield just asleep there. You cannot allow Lindsay Gilby a free run at a handball receive after this stoppage. We just see the great tackle here from Cross. Taking the players on, it was always there, but just have a look at the handball to Gilby. Again, just a missed tackle, just have to watch the hips there. Corral and force the play. They've got a harbour contest down there, at least force a stoppage.
To Lake. Gilby. Murphy.
Got a quiet turn.
Player down in the middle, Brad Johnson, no free. Murphy sends it long, and Siracusa takes a very good mark. Plays on to Everett. Pendlebury comes at him. Chip kick. Welsh! Magnificent skills.
Not that much. Just on Robert Murphy. Just the two possessions, but as we know, they are very effective.
This is a massive kick. to give the Dogs back the lead. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. They're a contender this year, the Dogs. Although Maxwell cuts it off. O'Brien. Here's Shaw. Johnson. Only short options. Sends a big long bomb to a one-on-one. Pendlebury.
Magnificent kick from Johnson.
And 50.
It's the second time this quarter we've seen that after a marking situation, just manhandling the players. The Bulldogs have to be aware the umpires are red hot on it, so you've got to play to the umpires' rules.
Hasn't had a big evening at the office, Scott Pendlebury. This is heaven sent for him and Collingwood. They're back in front. Continues to tick. Hargrave again, in the form of his life at the moment. Bombs it. Hahn and Maxwell. Hahn nearly had it. Johnson, almost a throw. Cross to Hahn. Centering kick. Minson could have left it for Cooney. Maybe Bulldog fans would have rather he did.
Well, they've seen him kick after the siren.
That's a good point.
This is Soda.
Have a look at the players get around Mitch Hahn at the moment. That was an absolute super effort. See the contest here with Maxwell. Got tackled to the ground, but had the instinct to get up again. And that is magnificent play.
A couple of nice handballs there, an inside out from Brad Johnson to set it up. And a good one from Cross as well.
To give the Dogs back the lead in the shadows of three-quarter time. And the big dog gobbles it up.
The Pies need to win in this quarter.
Dogs by 2 points. Final quarter of the final game of the round. And we're underway. O'Brien. But Morris again beats Didak to this ball. To half forward Griffin. Stolen by Jin Syracusa. Handball finds Boyd. Runs to 60. Goal square. Welsh is down there. Hahn couldn't get a fly at it. Welsh crumb. Caught. Johnson. Murphy. Hardly seen him all night. He bobs up when they needed him.
Great play. Rodney had to be absolutely wrapped with that passage of play. And again, Mitch Hahn. He didn't mark the ball, but he gave a strong contest. We see Boyd go long to the square. We see the Mitch Hahn contest. Just brings the ball down in front, and it's all good forwards. Johnson, quick hands out the back to his partner in crime, Robert Murphy. Tackle from Boyd. He corralled him for a start. He didn't go at Dale Thomas.
Quick play on Everett. Lurking, runs inside 50, to cross the face. Big leap, Gian Syracusa from nowhere.
Oh,
plays on to Murphy, the most accurate kick in the team this year. Big game player, Robert Murphy. Quiet game to three-quarter time. You just can't keep a good man down. His second goal of the term, third for the night. Dale Thomas. Scott Burns. Cross. Dives in. Hudson. Cooney. Gilby. And get out of jail.
Kick.
Hahn.
Robert Murphy's running hard.
Had a good final term. Sends it inside 50 to Johnson.
Oh, that's super play.
The smiling assassin puts Collingwood on death row. Thomas. Morris hunted him down. Pendlebury. Medhurst can't get there. Swan does.
Well played, Hargrave.
And Medhurst peels off. Williams is hurt. Medhurst, central kick. Lockyer can run in and give Collingwood hope. There's a pose against them that have cost them goals. A little bit of an even-upper.
He's amazing, Brian Lake. Plays full back, he ends up with midfielders.
Oh, there you go, a bit of Tchaikovsky, bit of Swan Lake. And Swan takes off. And there's the music. Death around him in goal.
That's an amazing bit of play. Just about to give Brian a bit of a pat on the back, but unfortunately tried to bite off a little bit too much. Let's have a look. Yes, he's gone off the mark there, only by a step, and it was great play from Dwayne Swan. You're always in the game. He's manning the mark. He's having a look. He's assessing. The umpire said play on. Tackled the hips, and then picked up on the loose ball. That is a big goal in the context of this game. You see Brian Lake
put the binoculars and the headset down. 10 points the margin. Collingwood season getting a little wobbly now. Lost last week to Carlton. Lost tonight. But the Dogs are on the rise. They're up to second on the AFL ladder, the Bulldogs. They are a force to be reckoned with. Came from 4 goals down tonight to defeat Collingwood by 10 points. 15-9-99 to Collingwood. 13-11, 89.
Great game of football all around. You see Heath Shaw there, be disappointed. He's back in form, 31 disposals, but he would have been more happy with the win. You see Scotty Welsh there, just the options, Jared, of the goal scorers again. The Bulldogs kicked 15, they had 9 different goal scorers. They've got the most potent forward line in the competition. Fernie with 27 again, he was terrific. 4 inside, 57 clearances. It was a terrific contest.